You're listening to KMRL 90.3 FM.
KMRL 90.3 FM.
Keep it locked right here on Marlin's hottest radio station.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Marlin's hottest radio station.
KMRL 90.3 FM. Playing yesterday's favorites.
Yesterday's favorites.
And today's hottest hits.
Today's hottest hits. KMRL 90.3 FM radio station presents
The Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show. Presents
The Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning.
Wake up!
Wake up, little Susie.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Wonderful morning to you.
KMRL 90.3 FM radio station presents
The Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
Good morning. This is Classy C, along with Crazy Chris for the Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
Hey, we're back. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
December the 4th, 2018. It is Tuesday. Not Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday, Sunday or Monday, but Tuesday.
It sounds so nice. You have to say it twice. Tuesday.
Twisted Tuesday.
Twisted.
Might be terrible Tuesday for somebody out there.
Oh, terrible.
Here we are. We're back. Second day of the week for the Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
Yes.
Oh, what a stressful Tuesday.
Oh, it's stressful?
Yes.
Oh.
Stressful.
Every day is stressful.
It can be. Yes.
Yeah.
Can't get myself situated right here. All right, so here we are. It is Tuesday, December the 4th, 2018, with the Classy C and
Crazy Chris. Stressful Tuesday. Morning show.
Phone lines are open this morning, 254-275-7476. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning's show, our morning little pre-morning chat discussion, I guess we can continue what we were talking about yesterday with Christmas coming around the corner. How much is too much to spend on a person? Maybe somebody out there this morning has a better idea and can call and relate that subject matter. Also, check your pet food. If your dog is stiff with 4 legs up in the air here soon, it's because it got a hold of too much toxicity of vitamin D.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was on the news. You got to check it out. It's killing and poisoning a lot of dogs. Mm-hmm. And it's dog food. There's about 12 different brands of dog food. That's a recall right now. Stop feeding it.
Was ours on it?
Huh?
Was our dog?
I didn't see ours on it, but it's manufactured under different names. And there's quite a few of them. You can go to the FDA.gov website, and they have all the brands and the SKU numbers. You need to check it out. They said signs of your dog that might have been subject to some of this toxicity that you can catch in it. If you catch in time, they can get to the vet. They can kind of save it. Who would have known that too much vitamin D would kill your animal? And they said it was just gobs, thousands of times strength in the food. According to the site, and it was on the news last night. I was watching. That's what I was looking at last night on Late Night World News. I love them couple at night. They are funny. They just get crazy. They don't. It's not like it's real. It's CBS News, but they just let it rip. It's early in the mornings. They joke around. They clown around a lot on there, but they get the news. They get the early morning edition news. So that's how I found that out this morning. So they said that these dogs. People are getting calls about people's dogs getting sick or people's dogs in the mornings having a stiff as a board syndrome.
Really?
Yeah, it kills them pretty quick. So if you have any of these foods, I know some were being sold at Albertsons. Kroger's. We don't have a Kroger's around here, so anybody around Kroger brand, if you're feeding your dog the Kroger brand or, equivalent, I think HEB brand, you may want to check. You need to go on the FDA site. I couldn't remember all the sites. It was about 12 of them. Stop feeding your dog these kind of foods. They tell you to throw it away, safely dispose it. Call the company. If you have a veterinarian bill, you need to submit it in. They will pay for that after the test revealed it is from the toxicity. And they said they will take care of your veterinarian care bills for this because they know it's their fault. The machine wasn't regulating the vitamin D into the food properly. Going nuts. Everything's computerized, and sometimes things happen. So
Monday they're talking about adults. What we can't eat now is our dogs, but they can't eat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. So if you are also using the app this week, there's several apps. Beginning on next Monday, you will no longer be able to put any type of pornography or X-rated pictures on your site. You will be closed down. They are zero tolerance on that. So no pornography and stuff. I saw that last night on the news as well. So I like sharing stuff I see on the news with y'all for our news reports. So I know they said start Monday. This is the last week you can do stuff like that. So any adult content will now be barred and banned on these sites. And a lot of people are saying that they're going to lose a lot of people on these sites because people do post inappropriate content all the time. And I'm thinking now that Facebook is probably going to follow suit too. Because, Facebook is kind of still open forum. You see all kinds of stuff on there. Sexuality, cussing, whatever. I don't think it'll be too long.
You really shouldn't see it.
Really, you really should. Facebook was supposed to be a family-friendly, atmospheric type of format, and it just done got crazy.
It's just the people that's on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because would think, why would somebody want to put the stuff that they put where everybody can see it?
Well, yeah, I mean, some things you shouldn't be posting. Some things need to stay behind closed doors. Some people ran off at the mouth about everything going on in their life, and the last thing you need to do is talk about why you revved up with your boss or you don't like your job. Facebook is not the place because everybody's connected some way or another, it seems like now on Facebook. It's going to get back to your corporation. If you're bad-mouthing, they can dismiss you. It's legal.
All that tweeting.
Twitter.
Not Twitter.
Instagram.
I'm talking about the dancing. What do they call that?
The dancing.
Twerking.
Oh, twerking.
All that twerking that they put.
I thought you were talking about the application Twitter. You said tweet.
I meant to say twerk.
Yeah. Yeah, and then people showing people beating on people, fighting and violence. And I don't, keep that on sites that are made for like World Star. World Star Hip Hop and World Star or World Star.
Something like that.
Yeah, they're putting these videos on. YouTube says they're going to crack down for 2019 too. That they're going to try to cut down on some because people are going nuts putting some weirdly weird stuff on YouTube, and they're going to trim down that you can't be putting nothing sexuality on there or nothing too violent. That they're going to have a separate page for that. And there is a certain area that you can go to YouTube and you can look at they have murder crime scene photos or videos you can watch. It's different things that you can see on that you don't normally shouldn't see, but it's content that some people like watching stuff like that. Some people like to see camera footage, like surveillance system, people killing somebody. But people get off on that. I don't know. Yeah. For real, they do. So, what's one man's pleasure in viewing is another person's disgust and distaste. So that's what I think it really comes down to be. Honestly, it's just a matter of preference in some people. But I don't get it. Some of the content like that is just, But some people like that, just like eBay has now, they have a separate section where you can illegally, and people like doing it, buy murder weapons that are no longer in the evidence rooms. So they purchase these from the police station and stuff. Knives, guns, hatchets, weapons of mass destruction that are safe, that they're legal to. You can buy them online. Stuff that, Jeffrey Dahmer might have had. His freezer was for sale. They auctioned that off. They kept all the different.
Just that some people are sick.
And it's a big business. It really is. If you go on eBay, you ought to see the prices for these things. Charles Manson recently.
You've been on there looking?
I've seen it before, just to check it out, yeah. No, I ain't been on none of that stuff. Charles Manson had a few things on there, too, that they got a hold now that he's dead. And I think they got one of the knives that they claimed that killed Sharon Tate with. They used that, and he auctioned off. It got like $10,000 for that knife. And so somebody wanted to have say, hey, look, maybe somebody probably got the supposedly knife that O.J. Simpson used to kill Ron Goldman and what her name is. But, some people, these are collection items. Just like you can go, eBay has a whole section now for haunted and possession items. That's big business, believe it or not. People love to get haunted dolls, haunted jewelry, stuff that is got residual energy in it, negative or positive, and it sells big. Go on and check it out. Put in haunted jewelry and see what they want for that stuff, and they're getting it. And I think people get on it and sell stuff and claim this was haunted, and they got so many stories. They got rings and necklaces. This was once by a great-grandmother of mine who was a witch, And you get that stuff. That stuff is cosmetic jewelry. It ain't worth nothing. They just, not everything is even authenticated because people are selling all kinds of stuff. You can find plenty of snake oil online, whether it's haunted items that you're looking for, murder weapons. They claim this was a weapon used on, and then you find out that ain't nothing they bought from Walmart. Put it out in the rain, let it rust up a little bit, and whatever, I'm just saying. So we have come to the point where censorship has to be, and I know a lot of y'all are saying, so what do y'all think about this? Do you think they're going too far by starting to censor things like that? Or do you think that's starting to infringe on the constitutional rights? And I will agree. This is kind of I see the trend going here. This is kind of, could be a problem. It's been a problem. And I'll tell you what happened. It's a problem now because they let it go so long, and now they want to curve it all. It's just like now people have been doing recreational marijuana for the longest, and some people have been doing medical marijuana. Either way, it's been always illegal in all 50 states, but now they're starting to legalize because for so long they've been illegal. It's been illegal, but why? So you've let people put pornography and illicit content online, and now all of a sudden you say, we're not going to tolerate, we're going to cut it down and shut it down from here on. But freedom of speech, as long as you're not threatening nobody online and you are posting material, it's a right to freedom of speech. As long as it's not, child pornography, it's anything adult, if it's 18 and over, it's pretty much illegal. That's why there's porno sites you can go to. They can watch porno sites. It's illegal. And if you look at the disclaimer, have you, and I'm sure some of y'all out there have went and looked on porno. A lot of people look on porno films because it's free. You go online and type in, whatever you want to type in, it's going to pull up. There's free sites to look at videos all day long. If you notice something, even on them videos, as much as some of that may disgust people, what does it say in the beginning? This video is protected under the laws of the constitutional, and it even has copyrighted. If you get in trouble, you try to reproduce it, copy it in any free way, you could go to court. The court will back them people up. Because it's part of the constitutional rights. So pornography is not illegal. Now, underage pornography, of course, yeah. But what I'm saying is, but now they want to take what we could deem as legal. Smoking, alcohol is legal, but they want to say marijuana's not. So people pick and choose in this country what they think is good. But what we may not think nothing's wrong with people smoking, but somebody else may think that should be outlawed. People should not be allowed to smoke. People should not be allowed to drink alcohol. It should be banned and barred, like it was in the 20s.
So are they going to take the pornography from adults? that
They're trying to. Yes. They are trying to keep it to what they call private sales now. Meaning if you want that content, you can view it in your home, but not through the internet. You would have to purchase videos, or you would have to get a private paid link where it wouldn't be just open, because their thing is a 13-year-old can type that in and see it.
They can.
So they want to have, and all they ask is, what's your birthday? Or are you over 18? Are you sure? Yes. And then it opens right up. I've done it. I've seen it. I mean, everybody's been online, looked at some type of adult films or adult content. Come on. I mean, I don't believe nobody out there, that's kind of like everybody saying they never had sex before. It may be one or two people out there, but it's not a whole lot. The majority of people probably have experiences at least once in their life. So y'all know what I'm talking about. So, but here's the thing. Like I say, I don't always agree with everything that's online, and I agree. There should be some regulations, but to totally ban it, okay, this gets into sketchy information. This gets into sketchy territory. And I think it's coming, y'all. I believe that we will go, and I'm sorry. I step on somebody's toes, but it's these Republicans doing this. They are going to take us from a democracy to a socialistic government. I see this going with number 45. He is really doing things that are just so against everything. I mean, look what they're doing to the immigrants. Now, in the Constitution, it clearly says, lend America, render me your poor. Render me.
I don't say that in the Constitution.
It says it in the preamble thing. It does. It says, bring me your poor. Bring me your immigrants, your people, to America for a better life. It is beckoning people to come here.
I thought that said that on Statue of Liberty.
Well, it was. Statue of Liberty was given to us by France in recognition of us being a country that accepted immigrants at Ellis Island or through the port of Orleans.
Well, they still want to accept immigrants, but they want a certain type of immigrant. They want an immigrant that looks more European.
But when you pick, exactly, they don't want melanated types. See, these are melanated. If these were Germans, French, English people, whatever, Scottish, and they was fleeing a certain country over in the European nations, and they was coming through there, I guarantee they'd open that gate for every one of them.
They have done that. They did it with Ellis Island.
That's what I'm saying.
All them people that came over here looking like 45, because his mother came over here freeing asylum. Mm-hmm. But now nobody else can come.
But see, this is what I'm saying. How can you bend and change the rules now when we have been doing this for so long? Mm-hmm. And I understand that when they use this as an excuse, they say that there's criminals and stuff that are involved in these. Not all of them criminals, but there's criminals and bad people mixed in with these people that are coming over the border, and we don't know if they're murderers. They don't know if they killed people, drug lords and stuff. But
it's already murderers over here.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
It's a lot of white Americans right here. All those people from all those mass killings, they didn't come from nowhere but down the street.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it wasn't
McVeigh.
none of these immigrants that opened fired in the Orlando Pulse nightclub shooting.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't Columbine that immigrants did that. It wasn't the Luby's massacre that was performed.
In Las Vegas, that man was a white man.
How many places can we go on and on? And our own, they say that, and Trump identifies the people as terrorists, but the terrorists, I hate to say, and I'm not saying to all of y'all out there, okay? Listen to me closely. But it is, the majority of the terrorists is coming from people in the blue uniform. And I say that because of all the mass shootings that they're killing on the young black men and black women in this country at an alarming rate. And I see now that some of you white folks are starting to scratch your head and say, there's some white officers that are chokeholding white folks. And they're getting kind of some sporadic out. There's a little bit of activity now to where white folks are getting treated the same way, being pulled up by white folks. Because eventually what's going to happen is the majority right now is against the black folks. Black folks are getting shot and killed without being questioned, while white folks get a little more liberty because of that white skin problem. But I believe in the next couple of years, the white folks are going to be running on the side right along with the black folks, getting out of the way of the police, because the police themselves is going to be against all colors. Y'all just, if you white out to y'all said, ooh, ha, ha, the police, I got white skin police. I think you're going to lose that eventually because the government's changing. This is what I would call part of the New World Order. It's coming. And I believe number 45 is in on this. I'm telling you now, don't get too comfortable thinking that this is just white officers that are just killing black folks. If they're going to start killing anybody, they're going to pull people to just start blasting with their gun because they feel like it. Because they're what I call rogue cops. I didn't say all the police out there rogue, but there is a sector of bad blood going through the blue uniforms right now.
Yeah.
It really is. And we see that every day on TV. Yeah. So it's hard to trust the police officers. Mm-hmm. You know?
All of them are not protecting and serving the same.
It makes it harder on the good ones. And there are some good officers out there, yes, black and white. There really is. But there's just, when we grew up, a police officer was a place that we used to think a police officer we could trust. There was no question asked. Mm-hmm. If you need help, get the attention of a police officer. If you want safety, run to the firehouse. Mm-hmm. These are the worst places. If you need to come, run to the church and see your pastor. As a child now, that's probably the worst place to send a child running into a preacher or into especially these Catholics or these priests, because they're not embracing your kids. They molested them.
They're embracing them.
They feeling on them. They doing stuff. Okay, this the point I'm saying. When we grew up, these were safe places. Yeah. We were told that the firehouse, the police station, and the churches were
safe.
These were safe spots. They used to have these little safe signs that said these were safety places. Man, these are the worst places. I would hate to tell my son, if you're in trouble, run to the police station.
These run there and they may start shooting.
Exactly. Anybody have any questions or commentation on what we're talking about? 254-275-7476. I know we kind of strayed off a little bit off the package and the presents, but
that's how we usually do.
But that's fine. That's how it is.
We start at one topic.
Yeah, and we will talk about other topics.
The dog food, and now we're already talking about something else.
The toxicity in your dog food has led us to New World Order. Ain't that great?
Yeah.
Only on the Class C and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
That's how conversation it just goes on and on.
It's great.
Yeah.
And that's what brings out the multitude of different subject matters that people could commentate on.
That's right.
We want to hear what you got to say this morning about anything that we've been talking about. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear from you. You know? That's the main thing. So what do you think about all this that I'm saying? Do you agree with it? Do you not agree? Do you think we need to have more controllability as far as online content, or do you think they're taking it a little too far with how they're doing it? Do you think regulation is not regulation? Do you think it's just total deregulated as what it seems like, or do you think they are appropriate for what they're doing?
No, I think we need some accountability. It can't just. I don't think they should let you just put anything on there. But I look at a lot of shows, and they said they got snuff films on there where people are killing people. Some people get off on that. They want to look at that. Why? I don't know. Just because maybe they don't want to kill, but they want to look at how it is.
It's been proven that anybody that would never thinking about stuff like that or having a fascination for it, that if your brain is watching violent images, it triggers your natural instinct, which goes back to caveman days, they say, where you want to be barbaric. And if you look in the past and you look at your history all the way back to the Bible days, and even beyond that, go back to Genghis Khan days and stuff, there has been the things that we don't really know. We know of that happen, and there's stories, but think about the hundreds of things we don't know happened, or thousands of things, hundreds of thousands of things that were not documented in history or in the Bible that happened. There was a lot of violence. This is nothing new, how humans bashing in someone else's skull or killing them. This has been going on for survival since the beginning of dawn. It's human nature. We are animals. The humans, people are animals. And it's not just one race. People, like when we talk about the people in China got a museum right now, and they're comparing black folks to animals. Well, guess what? If they want to compare black folks to them, then they should put every nationality in that museum, because we're all animalistic, because internally we have animalistic things. We're no better than our dogs. We're like a pack of wolves. When it comes down, let me tell you this. You want to see the best example of that? And you get a taste of that every time a hurricane hits or something, or a national disaster. What if we had a national, across this whole United States, or even a world disaster? You're going to see the animalistic come out in a lot of y'all, because it's called survival. You're not going to sit there and say, oh, well, let's not do this. You're going to fight. You're going to kill to support your family. You got kids you're trying to protect. You will kill another human being over a can of peaches if it came down to that. Because we're talking about like Walking Dead days or something like that. Something like that. What if we've had nuclear war and there's been fallout and everybody's fighting? You cannot tell me that the animalistic would not come out in a lot of people. People would not have, they would have this total disrespect for law. There wouldn't be a law. There wouldn't be a government. There wouldn't be police to say, hey, you can't do that. People act right because they know that they're accountable for it. But if everybody was unaccountable for it, then everybody would just go nuts. They would take, loot, steal, burn, kill, whatever it took. It's the truth.
People say they would never loot. They don't know what they would do in that situation.
You gonna take food if you hungry. And even if anybody right now, you don't even have to have a national disaster. If you had no way of getting food, and I'm serious, you're hungry and you don't have no money and nobody's giving you nothing and you can't get food stamps, you're gonna march your tail up in HB and you're gonna steal. I don't care what anybody says. You comes down to, and you are so hungry and you're getting sick and you're getting agitated, you're gonna steal. Whether you believe it or not. And if you might have tried everything in your power, maybe you went to the soup kitchen, they was closed, and you're hungry, you just can't do it anymore, and you went to every avenue you can. Nobody will give you a dollar on the street.
They went to Samaritan House.
Whatever they went, and they got no results. The last resort that you could think of, you're going to steal. I believe you would.
Yeah.
So don't. It's just human. Right now you say, "Ooh, I would never do it. I was raised." Well, of course you would, but you would never put in that situation. Am I right?
That's right.
So, you don't know what people are capable to do. We all have the tendencies and instincts when it comes down. It's kill or be killed when it comes down to that survival. So hopefully we'll never see our world come to that. And I believe that we can see that's exactly what happened to our neighboring planets. That's why these planets no longer exist. Have y'all ever wondered how Earth, in the middle of 9 planets that we are pretty close to, and I say we're close because they're within our solar system. They're not close for us, but technically they are close. Do you wonder why you look next door and say Mars has got nobody on it? Do you wonder why you look the other way and you say Mercury's got nobody on it and Venus next to us? Do y'all ever wonder why Mars and Venus were between both of them planets? My very educated mother, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, all in a row. Do you ever wonder that you look at all these other planets and not one of them, technically, that we know of, has any real life form on it? They may have some plants and stuff or some kind of microorganisms in the water. We know there's water on Mars. But I'm saying technically, like what we can see from in our sky, civilization, lights, technology, people living on this planet physically. Why? You know why? Because they went through the same thing we did. God put them on there and they destroyed themselves. Just like we did before. And God had to make the flood and start all over with Noah. And here we are again, destroying the earth. Greenhouse effect.
And even
Oil.
some people don't even believe it.
They better believe it.
They don't
There's a
believe
hole in the
global
atmosphere.
warm-
There's a hole in
warming.
the atmosphere. They showed it. You could see it from space.
Yeah, but they don't believe it.
People don't believe the world is round. And
Yeah,
you can see it
some
from
people-
space when the NASA up there. You can see the round Earth. It's not flat, folks. It really is round. But you walk and people say, "Well, I don't feel myself doing like this." You ain't gonna feel that because it's turning this way and you're walking this way. So you're never gonna feel it looks straight. As long as the world is turning and you're walking vertical, but it's going horizontal, it will always make you feel like you're going straight. Why did they never figure this out? Why did Christopher Columbus couldn't figure that out in 1492? Nobody realized it.
You know,
This way and going this way will make you feel like you're walking straight. If the Earth wasn't turning, you would feel going around it. But gravity keeps you on the planet. So when you walk around, people thought you would fall off. You're not going to fall off. Gravity keeps you on the planet. That's why nothing falls off the planet. You know it's round. Does it make sense now?
yeah.
We really get a lot of phone calls, but they are not the kind of calls we want. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our first song break. We're going to wake you up this morning. You see what we're talking about this morning. Hey, it's interesting.
Yes.
Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show. Don't go nowhere. We got a lot more coming up, don't we?
Yes, we'll be right back.
Yeah, so good morning. Let's do a little bit of Yellow Rose, Texas, right here from the great city of Marlin, from the great state of Texas, and a little bit of Yeehaw. And why not? Let's do
Deep
it.
in the heart of Texas.
Yeah, and then we're going to do a little bit of ooh-wee.
And then we're going to do some birthdays.
We are going to do birthdays, so we're not going to wait till the last minute. Thank you. Classy's going to keep me on my toes today, ain't she?
Yeah, I have to.
All right, so we'll be back. Don't go nowhere.
KMRL 90.3 FM radio station presents
The Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
Merry Christmas, Miss.
KMRL 90.3 FM radio station presents
The Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show. Your
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hello, we're back.
And speaking of it, here's the ham.
I am.
Hello, bacon. Ham and bacon. All right, you're back on the Classy C.
And Crazy Chris Morning Show.
Scentsy. Smells good in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Smell that. That's a beautiful smell. Smell it.
I smell it.
It's strong. She said, ugh.
That's so hot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
I didn't want it to waste on me.
No, I ain't going to waste on you. Okay, you know what time it is. You know what it is. Yeah, we, yesterday, we almost forgot to do the birthdays. Because Classy C had to remind me yesterday. That was terrible. We had to do it at the very last minute. So here we go. Let's do birthdays and anniversaries. All right, Classy. Who do we got today?
I don't have anyone today.
Who do we got today, Classy C?
Okay, all those people.
I'm going to do like this. You know which ones. Go ahead.
Demetrius, Preston. Then we got Christina, Rose, Tasha Lawrence, Delosh Williams, and Christopher Lewis.
All righty. That's it.
Yes.
So happy birthday to all of y'all. And we hope that you have a great day.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yeah.
And what we do here,
Yes.
we're getting ready to do that. Or something like that. All right, let's do it. The birthday wishes for the birthday boys and girls out there.
Too. Happy birthday.
All righty. Thought I heard somebody banging on the window. Right outside the studio. I'm hearing stuff. Like, what the heck? Okay, anyway, so I know what we do next. Wherever you're standing at in your car, turn it up loud and proud. That's your job. It don't matter where you are. Just do it, like Nike says.
Let's do it.
This is part of our Wake Up Marlin. Here we go again. Y'all know how this goes. Let's do it together.
D. Donut pie.
Donut pie?
No.
What kind of pie is that?
I'm sure somebody's making it.
I never had donut pie, but okay, I'm going to give it to you. That's a good one.
I didn't think of nothing else starts with a D.
What made you want to think of a D?
Because I've been going ABC.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm trying to think here.
Think of anything?
It has to be a pie?
Yeah. They say you got a piece of the pie.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm kind of stumped.
Dumpling?
Dumpling pie? How about...
Chicken and dumpling.
No. How about...
During that pie.
Double down pineapple pie?
Double chocolate pie.
Yeah, maybe so. There you go. I knew you'd figure it out. All righty. So there you have it. We have the pies. Let's do your weather for today. So you got it. So you got your umbrella. Get your umbrella out because you're going to need it from late Thursday night to Friday evening, which could lead to flooding, they're saying.
Yeah.
Lots of rain coming. Big thunderstorms. So if you have a crying baby like we do, and every time it thunders and lightnings, you may be ready.
Not like the
Need to put on that pet jacket on that makes them calm. We really should invest in that.
Yeah.
All right, so today's weather, if you're stepping outside at this very moment, it's still a chilly 37 degrees, but that won't last long. It's going to warm up to about 52 for a high, so not too bad. Tonight, temperatures are going to dip down into the 31s again with partly cloudy and chilly skies tonight. Today will be mostly sunny with the 52 for high. Tomorrow for your Wednesday forecast, 57 for your high, 45 for your low, and then the rain comes in starting on Thursday. Yeah. With your highs and your lows almost about the same, 50s, hovering in the mid to low 50s. And by Saturday, you'll see another chance of some freezing precipitation coming back. But heavy rains and thunderstorms will be your big chance for Friday. So if you got any Friday plans outdoors, just know it's going to be a wet one. Yeah. All right. That's your weather for today. All right. Your next top of news is the Texas Lottery, supporting Texas education and veterans. The Texas Lottery is sponsored by KMRL 90.3 and Marlin, Texas Radio, hosted by the Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show. And the Texas Lottery wants to remind you that on all their games to play responsibly because it is only
a game.
All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and look at the games. All right. Today is Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Tonight is Mega Millions. You have a chance to win $208 million or a whopping 119.9 take-home cash value. So get your ticket tonight. Powerball coming up for tomorrow. $200 million, your chance to win that as well. Lotto Texas. Nobody won. Nobody won yet because it ain't here till tomorrow. I'll get it straight here. Tomorrow night, your Lotto jackpot is $7.25 million. Texas two-step. Somebody won. Somebody got that big money. All righty. Your two winners. Two people are split $950,000. Your winning numbers were 16, 20, 29, 34, and 22. With two winners winning $950,000, and the winners were Cypress, Texas, and Kerrville.
And one was a quick pick.
Both of them.
them were quick picks.
But look how many people won 4 out of 4. 16 people got 4 out of 4, and 48 people got $64.
Look what they got, $1,500.
And look at how much, almost 1,300 people got 21 and $23. Did you win on yours?
No,
You checked it?
I don't have to. Oh, I didn't get that last night, did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh, no, I hadn't checked it.
Well, you might want to scan and find out. You might have won $20 or something. Okay.
It'd be nice if I was one of them 16.
Yeah, wouldn't it? All right, so there you have your Texas 2 Step 2 winners. Congratulations to those winners. All or nothing numbers last night: 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 21, and 24.
I bet the Texas two-step, and people who had to split that 950, I bet they were upset.
Oh, I would be too, because most of the time, you know, if you hit it, you usually there's only one winner anyway. So yeah, I've seen it at one time. There was 4 people that hit that thing, and they had all split 200,000. They only had 50,000. Yeah, because that is not like Cash 5 on that. Everybody splits the pot on that. Your all or nothing numbers for this morning are not in yet. They are just now drawing the numbers, so we're a little early on the lottery. We do not have your morning numbers for today, so you'll have to check them today or wait till tomorrow. All right, pick 3 numbers last night. 2, 4, 2. 2, 4, 2. Check your numbers. This last night's Daily 4, 1925. And you know what's weird? I was going to play that. Something told me to play 1925, the year. I should have did it.
Should have.
I've been thinking about, and I would have played it for a $10 spot, because I always, when the numbers I pick like that, I play for a $10 spot. Had I played that last night for the $10 spot, Crazy Chris would have had $50,000.
You should have played it.
Yeah, I was going to tell you. I meant to tell you that the other night. I knew that number was going to come in. Ooh. So that's how it happens, folks. That's the times like that when it makes you want to cuss. Can't do that. All right, so we got to move along with this. No winners last night for Cash 5. Crying numbers were 3, 17, 21, 25, and 32. All right. So don't forget the new tickets are coming out. New games are on the 17th. 777 $2 ticket. The 30X ticket, 30 times $3 ticket. The 5 times El Dinero, and the Big Millionaire Club, which is a $20 ticket.
I don't know why when they have tickets that look alike, like that one, 10X and 200 and 30X. Why don't
They
bring
got a
them
50X,
all out?
100X.
Why don't bring those all out at the same time?
They do. But see, like they're bringing them in increments. Each week they bring a couple of them out. But I agree with you. Bring them, and see what the problem is with these, with the tickets now. You see, look at this. They start looking the same. Look at this. A 50 times fast cash, but then they have just another 50X ticket. They start looking too much the same, and they start sounding the same, and then you get confused with these things. So, yeah, I mean, there is one thing is, though, scan your tickets if you want to enter in for the $5 million Vegas challenge. You just scan your tickets, non-winning tickets. Okay? And so, yeah. Yeah, they make it a little confused, but I agree with you on that. They should bring them out. And what do you know? Hey, we were just talking about this, and Texas Lottery released a they released an announcement that they want the players to gift responsibly this holiday season. Apparently, they do not want you giving them lottery tickets to underage kids. I mean, underage people, 18. They say their games are designed to be entertaining and stocking stuff for a holiday office party gifts, but they are not intended for youth.
But they get them.
But, of course, kids get them. And there's no law against you giving your child a lottery ticket to scratch. They just can't claim it. Mm-hmm. So, and you know what? It's kind of like smoking. What are they worried about? They raising the kids to be gamblers. So there you have it. No, nothing else in the news. no big deal going on. Nobody secretly cashed in anything from Marlin here, I see. Look at that. Yep, nobody from Marlin yet has won. Look at this one. Belton resident claims $16 million. All righty, so there you have it. Play responsibly. Texas Lottery is brought to you by the Classy C
and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
All right, one more of the agenda before we go to song break. It's National Day today with the beautiful Classy C.
Oh, thank you for that compliment. And today is December the 4th, 2018, National Cookie Day, National Sock Day, and National Rural Trick Shot Day, and National Dice Day. Look at all those cookies they got.
I wonder if Nikki's making some cookies today.
I don't know.
We should ask her for National Cookie Day.
I wonder when did the Girl Scout cookies coming out?
Do they come out at Christmas time? Huh?
Don't they come out? It's always cool.
At Christmas time? I thought they come out after Christmas. I know the Boy Scouts come out with the popcorn things. But I don't know if do they simultaneously work together or do they kind of have...
I don't know, but it seemed like the girls come out this time.
I can't remember.
A year because it seems like it's always cold when they come out. Oh, we see people out trying to get rid of their cookies, and it's cold.
You can buy them on Amazon anytime all year round for some reason.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? But if you're looking for just a simple find the cookies, they actually have only 43 days. There you go. You got to count down 43 days. I told you usually after Christmas.
I told you they come out during the time
January.
It's cold.
It's January.
Uh-huh.
They doing that just in time for Valentine's Day, I think.
Yeah. They come out.
Okay. So when we come back, we're going to do community announcements.
Yeah.
With Class C. But right now, we're going to go to a quick song break. When we come back, we'll do announcements and some other great stuff right here on the Classy C
and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
All righty. Hang in there. Don't go nowhere.
KMRL 90.3 FM radio station presents
The Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
KMRL 90.3 FM radio station presents
The Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
Okay, we are back.
Yeah.
During the song break, we were talking about if you have things in your life that really cause you a lot of discomfort or pain, that you should try to. Crazy Chris was just saying some things that caused him some problems or pain. He had written a letter to the guy that caused them to him, and you have to just let that stuff go because you have to forgive that person as God has forgiven us.
Yeah. Christmas time is a good time to do this. It's a good time to set. It's a good motivation for New Year's to have your New Year's resolution resolved. I say, whatever happened in this year or any past years that you didn't take care of, I believe that every December that you should try to resolve whatever has happened in that year. And you should be allowed to clear your conscience for the year. And that may mean going back, something may happen in February. It's never been resolved this year. Now's the opportunity to clear it before it's kind of like balance your books for the year.
Yeah.
And sometimes some of us need to go way back, and I had to do that. And I've been having to do that. And I've been going back It's like amending my tax returns. I've been going back and amending some of my years and getting a hold of these people that are spread out through all over the country, people that I've had disagreements with that maybe it's bothered me or bothered them, and I've never truly got over these things. And these things are very damaging in our lives because they can tear you down. You know, they say sticks and stones may break your bones, but words never hurt. Words are like a penetrating pain. They will eventually eat you up.
Yeah, because those words you can go over and over in your mind so much until you forget. Just like you were saying, you forget your real personality because you're protecting yourself because you refuse to let anybody hurt you again. So you start protecting yourself and not being the way that you always are.
I know as I get another year older here in a couple of days, I know that I look back and I think just even 20 years ago, how different I know I see it myself. I feel it myself. I feel like I went from beauty to the beast. I feel like a beast inside myself. I feel like this because I feel so much stress, so much depression that I feel because of other people made me feel that way. And I don't like letting anybody have a stronghold over me. And they say the path to freedom and the path to freedom of your mind is the road to forgiveness. So I took that path right down the road of forgiveness. And in order to get the freedom of your mind, you have to go down the road of forgiveness for somebody. And sometimes it's not easy. But you know what makes me easy to forgive somebody? You know, I may be mad, and I may never forget some of these situations, and I know I'll never forget these situations. But I know that I have to let the stronghold part of that off. Forgiving somebody, whether you're a man or a woman, makes so much more of you are a winner already. When most people say, oh, you're weak and you concede it. Let people say what they want to say. God says, humble yourself in my presence, and therefore I will have no shame of you. Mm-hmm. God sent his son to do this, to allow us to live. That's what Christmas is about. That's why I say this is the perfect time of year to do it. Because Christmas is about God being Jesus, God's son, Jesus being born. If Jesus was never born in that dirty stable from the Virgin of Mary with his co-father Joseph, we would be damnation today. We wouldn't even have, Christmas would not be a day to celebrate.
Yeah.
This would be of non-significance. That's the real reason. I'd say Jesus is the season. That is why we're here today. And if God can give his only son, his child, how many of y'all would give your son or daughter and allow them to be crucified, killed in the name of saying everybody else will benefit from this?
Nobody.
I don't know anybody that would put their son up on the chopping block. God challenged many people, and he took that same scenario and he did that because he wanted to see how faithful they would be. When he told Isaac to take his son and sacrifice him, and all the way up to the point God let him go as far as he picked that knife and looked at his son and said, I'm sorry. And the little boy, Daddy, why are you doing this? Why are you going to kill me? Because God instructed me to do this. And I have to be in abeyance of what God says. And God stopped and said, Isaac, take your son and go home and hug him and love him. You passed my test. We're tested every day, but how many of us pass those tests? I can tell you I'm far from that. I have failed a lot of missions in my lifetime. And I've never never ever bragged when I have been victorious. I've hung my head low a lot of times, and I let a lot of people make me lesser of a person than I am today. But I will tell you that God can work miracles in anyone's life. And God came in and he picked me up and he said, Chris, you've been down, you've been kicked, you've been beaten. But as long as you still confess that I am Lord, you're never alone. And I walked with you. You thought you were alone when you were let go on a job that you took care of and you loved and you didn't understand, and you drove home and you thought you were the loneliest man in the world. I was in that car with you. When your dad died last December 11th, you felt like you were alone. I was with you the whole time. When you went through those family marriages and you were abused and you were done wrong and you was out on the street, I was with you, Chris. The point I'm making is take time to forgive somebody. Forgiveness is the greatest gift you can give at this time of the year. It's so valuable. And I said earlier, what is the threshold for buying someone a gift? What is the limitation? When it comes to forgiveness, it's priceless. Because remember, it's priceless because God gave his priceless treasure, his own son, for our sins so that we could live and be redemption and we could enter the gates of heaven. No matter how much bad we've done, no how much times we screwed up, as long as we ask God for forgiveness and as long as we mean it from the heart and we don't abuse it, God will enter you into the kingdom no matter what. You have a place at his table.
And the best part of forgiveness is how good you start to feel, because you don't have to hold that. You don't have to have that whatever is eating you up inside. You can let it go because you forgave the person. And the best part, that you start feeling better. Sometimes that person don't know because they refuse to hear you or listen to what's going on, but you know. That's just like our sister. All the stuff that those people did to her, I think if she would forgive them and just go on, you know, she will start to feel better. But it starts eating you up inside when you don't forgive. And it's not just that. I don't know how she is about her marriage, because it used to be really hard by that, because I don't think she forgave him. Or maybe she has now, because it was really a bad point. You could even say his name around her. But now I think that you can say his name. But the way he did her was so terrible. She worked with him to help him get his VA benefits. She wrote letters and did everything, and he did get them. And then, you know, he kind of tricked her in a way. When he got the money, he bought a vehicle for her and snuck and stole that vehicle back from her. You know, I don't know how, and he called himself a preacher. He should have been coming to also to ask for forgiveness from her for how he treated her. But I have never heard that he did that. So I don't know.
I've had to come and forgive so many people, it seems like. And it was the hardest thing. I have carried around some of these demons for a long time. My biological father was, it still is a challenge, but I have released him. I have made my peace, whether he responded back or didn't. This ex-boss of mine, for so many years back, I released him. I released my sister. I released my own mother. I released people that have hurt me. My ex-wife. I have released these people. Because if I continue to carry them with me, I won't make it into the kingdom. Because God will say, you have unfinished business. And you haven't forgave them, so why should I forgive you? Haven't you heard my word? We have to get ourselves in order, folks.
And
Nobody's perfect.
Like you said, Christmas is a perfect time to do that. Because it's coming to the end of the year. You don't want to take that into the new year with you.
Yeah, every year you want to try to start fresh and do better. So you want to clean yourself. You want to cleanse yourself at the end of the year. You have to December 31st to get that straight, so you can start fresh. When you say Happy New Year's, you feel alive. You feel good. That's what it's about. A new year, just like another birthday, it's another opportunity to do right in your life. God gave you a fresh new year to start. Don't squander it.
Yeah.
Life is short. And Christmas is a time to tell that person how much you love. Tell that person how much you forgive them. You don't have to buddy up with somebody, but you can plain and simply be respectful. Say, I forgive you, and I'm sorry as well if I done something to hurt you. If I have offended you, I'm sorry. Forgiveness is the most powerful gift that God gave us, in addition to love. It's unsurpassed. It's uncompelling. It's the greatest gift. God gave us two gifts, love and forgiveness. And that's why we exist. And I still believe that we live in a world of caring, charitable people. So I challenge you today, Marlin, our listeners, and when you go out and about, pass that gift of love and give someone forgiveness.
Yes. So when it comes to the end of this year and you start 2019, you can start fresh and new, and feel the best that you can feel.
The scars may never go away, but they will close up.
Yeah.
We love you, Marlin. And I hope you have a great day. You've been listening to the Classy C and Crazy Chris
morning show.
It's about that time where we have to end. We'll see you tomorrow. It's hump day. Good luck on tonight's lotto.
Yeah, tomorrow is hump day. And I think it'll be a federal holiday in observance to George Bush's death.
All righty. And there we go.
There we go. Thank you for allowing us to come into your homes and your radios again today. And as we were talking at the end, remember to share love and to give forgiveness to the people who have harmed you or hurt you. And as I always say, keep it locked and tuned to 90.3 FM radio. And tell everyone you know and everyone you see. And have a great, great day.
Goodbye, Marlin. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Marlon.
We want to thank you for listening to the Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
You can catch the show Monday through Fridays.
Live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
on KMRL 90.3 FM.
Marlin's hottest radio station.
We want to thank you for listening to the Classy C and Crazy Chris Morning Show.
You can catch the show Monday to Fridays. Live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Only on KMRL 90.3 FM.
Marlin's hottest radio station.